And George Wood was involved, and Paul Minshall and Dan Luters in writing the theme. So now we have like an official opening theme. Look at the applause. I can see it being typed. So yeah, that's the only thing in the chat room. You have to look up to see people clapping. Clap, 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 clap. Okay, we actually have. We'll get to him in a few minutes. We actually have a celebrity of the week. It was somebody that we had a couple of weeks ago was going to do it and then couldn't, and then didn't have DSL, but today is back online and is going to be celebrity of the week. But in the meantime, we have a couple of match game questions from George Davis. And then we'll talk to Phil Reed, who is, wait a minute, let me make this official. We'll talk to Phil Reed, who is chat room celebrity of the week. And notice 4 new AA batteries, so no raspiness. Aaron B. watching clips from the match game on YouTube, and it was screamingly funny. I'm glad to hear that. No, this is Giz Fiz, not to be confused with Giz Wiz. You know, who remembers in the chat room how to find on Justin TV? How do you find where the Giz Fiz is? Where the Giz Fiz is. Did he put the whole weekend up as one show? Does anybody remember that? Anybody? Giz Fiz can run over, but yeah, Giz Fiz does require someone in the studio. So what we try and do is keep it to an hour, because the guys there don't get a lunch break all during the radio show, and then they have to do this, and then they have to do editing. So at some point they have to go eat. So we try to keep this to an hour. Dr. Mom, it's put up in a big block. And Dr. Mom, is it the entire weekend in a block, or do you just look for like today's date, for example? Only sometimes people say, "Oh, I wanted to see that guy." Oh, thank you. Sam Smith, thank you. Justin TV /twit/videos. And then Sam will have it, will you put up like the Saturday date for the Saturday show you wanted? Oh, the whole day is in one block. 10 liters. It's 100 hours at a they put up 50-hour blocks? Okay. So you have to do some fine tuning. How could they put up 50-hour block? That's at least 2 days. All right, so Dan, you found when you were on, you found your Giz Fiz. And by the way, Dan, thanks for that opening. It's great. It's almost like the show has to be good, but we'll never get there. It covers a few days. Wow. Oh my God. It takes some digging. Oh, that was a funny line that someone put up in the chat room, saying a good pickup line from a person who works for the NSA. I'm a good listener. Dem90 said, I came across Dan's appearance on YouTube. On YouTube? Now, how could that? Oh, Dan, did you put your own Celebrity of the Week up on YouTube then? This link has the bookmarks for all your shows. Madman, could you email me that link? Because it's hard for me to do it now because I'm juggling stuff here. GizWizBiz@gmail is good. Okay, Mike, thank you. I would like to have that link. Hello, I can reach your email. Oh, and Dan has his appearance at danlooters.com. Okay, George Davis. John's been a whiz at numbers ever since he was a boy. He actually picked all 6 numbers in the Powerball lottery, but he didn't win because blank. John was always a whiz at numbers ever since he was a little boy. He picked all 6 numbers in the Powerball lottery, but he didn't win because blank. Because he's a horse. He used irrational numbers. He picked last week's numbers. Oh, someone guessed George's answer, which I thought would never happen. Oh. Mara, do you have an answer? Okay. I'll read the question one more time. John's always been a whiz at numbers ever since he was a little boy. He picked all 6 numbers in the Powerball lottery, but he didn't win because, Myra said, he lost the ticket. But several people in the chat room matched George. George said, because he's only 10 and he can't buy a ticket. And I saw that go by at least twice. Wait a minute. Oh, you know what? Okay, we'll do this. This is so blue. We wouldn't even submit this on the match game. But what the hell? This is Giz Fiz. Beautiful Betty prayed for it to snow on her wedding day. It was 32 degrees, but there was no snow. However, she received 6 inches while on her blank. Oh. Okay. Even Myra is blushing. Okay. Beautiful Betty prayed for it to snow on her wedding day. Well, it was 32 degrees, but there was no snow. However, she received 6 inches while on her gazelle. Oh, that link only goes back to July. Okay. While on her rain gauge. Tippy Toes. Tippy Toes is very funny. Censored. Myra, you having it? Myra is... All right, Myra's going to bail out because, okay. And yes, a lot of you matched George while on her honeymoon. Okay. So, Alex, are we ready for chat room? Celebrity of the week?
We are now.
We are. Okay, great.
Celebrity of the week?
Best behavior.
We are. Okay, great. Best behavior.
I hear voices. I hear...
Hello?
Hey, Phil, voices. Turn off your stream.
Turn off the stream?
Yeah.
Okay, how about now?
Oh, there you go.
And send us some video if you would.
Okay. Been a long time since I've used this.
We're hearing you. We don't quite see you yet.
There we go.
Do you see dead people? Oh, there we go. There we go. Perfect. Phil Reed, correct?
You betcha.
Okay. And Phil, in the chat room, you are?
I am?
Oh, okay. I thought you had a name in the chat room.
No, Beef Team.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought. Okay. So Beef Team from the chat room. And Phil, where are we talking to you at?
Oh, we're in my office at Purdue, in the Animal Sciences Department at Purdue University.
Animal Sciences. And what do you do there?
Well, my official title is Distance Learning Coordinator. And about 80% of what I do is produce educational video, mostly video. I also produce a lot of stuff actually, we're a land-grant university. We do teaching, research, and extension, and I'm kind of involved in all three.
Wow. So what does Purdue have to do? Does Purdue have anything to do with Purdue, the company? Do they give you money, or is it just that they just stole the name?
There's one E difference. You're talking about the chicken company.
Yes.
That's ERDUE. We are PURDUE.
Oh, okay. All right. So they don't send you tons of money then.
Hey, I'll take donations.
I would take their chicken. We don't have. Okay, so let's see. So we always start with how did you meet Leo and learn about Twit?
Well, it started probably about in 1998.
Wow.
We just had picked up the first time I saw Leo, even though I didn't know it was him, he was actually the voice of Dev Null on MSNBC.
Oh, my word.
And it was very interesting because eventually they picked up Tech TV, but only in 1 hour spurts. From there, I learned that they actually at that time would stream the program. And I was on dial-up, and I would pick it up on my dial-up via stream that spring of 1999.
Wow. Have you ever met Leo?
No.
Have you ever met Leo? No, you've not gone out to the cottage or the brick house okay.
So we're in Indiana.
Oh, okay. But there are actually connections between Indiana and San Francisco.
Well, actually,
go ahead.
Actually, one day I actually hope to
get out there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. How long have you had your mustache? It's great.
Oh, I guess I grew this. Wow, probably about 1975 or so when I was in graduate school. And it's fashioned for Dickie D's mustache.
So why are you at work?
Well, actually, today we in Purdue hosted the Indiana Angus Association's Field Day, and as you can see, I have a bad case of hat hair today, and I spent the day out there. We did several things that needed some tech assistance. Instead of doing the carousel projectors, everything's done on PowerPoint, and we used 360-inch screens to show the audience. And we did things like ultrasounding a steer to show how much back fat and how much the quality of the beef was. We brought one person in via Adobe Connect for a lecture. And, basically I'm the tech connection on all that. Although my background for my entire life has been with beef cattle.
With beef?
Cattle.
Beef cattle. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
so that hence your screen name, Beef Team.
Well, the Purdue Beef Team is the group of people that work in the beef industry here at Purdue. There's about 20 of us, and I just thought that would be a neat name.
All right. All right.
One unusual thing, like I'm kind of a tech person here, but I spent 20 years as a professional livestock photographer.
Filming what the best steer in the herd, or
this was photographs on film, and I would go out and I would photograph your animals. If you were selling them, you advertise them. It would appear in cattle magazines. It would appear in what they call those cattle sale books.
Are you watching Stash Cam?
Yeah, I see it.
It's great. It's very funny.
So,
well, so do you go out and do you have toys to hold up so that the cattle looks up? Do you have squeaky things?
We have squeaky things. I've used tape recorders. I've used umbrellas. I've used mirrors. I've used a car alarm at one point. You name it, the little toys that would make all the exploding sounds years ago. We used those for a long time.
And does the cattle perk up its ears when you do those things?
Exactly. Head goes up, forward, and ears go forward to make it look alert, to raise that neck. If it's a heifer, make her look a lot more feminine. And it also straightens her top.
That is so funny. All right, now give me, sadness. Okay, give me some sad eye. Okay. Remember, this is for the cover of Cattle Monthly. That's a riot. That is, and this is all prior to going to the college.
No, this is after I got my BS at Virginia Tech, did my graduate work at Penn State, and did several other jobs trying to find your feet and find your place. And I decided I enjoyed working for myself because I really admired my boss when I did that. And like I said, did that started a business and was in it for almost 20 years.
Wow, kind of like a ewe heifer.
Cool.
Yeah, I know. Sorry about that. Okay. Bill says, utterly fantastic.
Yes. Well, dairy photographers, they're a different breed.
I would think so. So Frodo says that he already knows the next question. Favorite gadget?
My favorite gadget probably is my iMac. But that's really kind of not a gadget. I've been a gadget person my entire life. One of the very first things I bought a little hand organizer thing that you would hold up have all your phone numbers in it, and you would hold it up to the phone and it would dial the number and all that. That was the first, but the gadgets seem to be getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But I really
and like not in you meant in size? No, go ahead.
Yeah, in size, at least in my world, they have been. As I've gone and done this full time.
I remember when you said that you used to have to carry, when you got your first answering machine that responded to the tones from a dial tone, and you used to have to carry around the little tone maker, because if I took my boat up the Hudson River, none of those little resorts or fuel stops, they all had rotary phones, so you had to have that little thing to be able to make the tones. Thank you, Pete C. DTF, is it DTMF? James T says, this interview is very moving. Okay, so time for a few questions. Phil, can you see the chat room?
Yes, sir.
Going by. Okay, so chat room, few questions for Phil to answer. Cut it out, says Dan Ludis. This is a chance for everybody to get in their worst puns. Myra wants to know, what field is your graduate degree in?
I have a Master of Science degree. I did work in ruminant nutrition at Penn State University. I mainly worked with sheep and high moisture corn.
Oh, interesting.
I do not have a PhD, but I don't mind being called doctor.
Oh, okay. Do you have a white coat?
I sure do, a lab coat.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Well, that's all you need is a white coat.
Oh, I saw that at the White House one day. They would even give you one if you didn't bring it.
Oh, really? Oh, how funny.
You mentioned the Iowa State Fair. My father was from Iowa. I have been to the Iowa State Fair. It is one of the best. But it's so funny. The other day I was at Indiana State Fair, and I was with a student, and they said, "Oh my, don't you get excited when you come to state fairs?" And I said, "Not really anymore." They said, "Well, why?" I said, for about 20 years, from the 1st of August through the 1st of November, every day was a state fair, because I was at a state fair someplace every day for about 3 months.
As part of your job?
As part of my job, yeah. I would go photograph.
I would say going to state fairs every day is pretty good, no? It just gets boring, is that it?
Yeah, I mean, you go there and, for instance, Ohio State Fair and West Virginia State Fair run their shows on alternate days. So I would roll into Columbus about 8 o'clock in the morning, shoot till 2, drive back to Beckley, West Virginia about 8 or 9 o'clock, get up at 4 and go to Lewisburg, West Virginia, which is a state fair, shoot till about 6 or 7 there, and turn around and go back to Columbus the next day.
Okay. You win. This is not a joyful thing.
And it's usually very hot. You know, it's this is year as an exception, but usually it's very, very hot.
Curtis, yes, you're answering it. Go ahead.
Difference between American and Canadian beef, actually, there probably isn't any. And a lot of the beef we end up getting down here does come from Canada, big cow-calf country up there, and it's finished down here. How many corn dogs today? Up until 20 years ago, way too many. Are you a vegetarian? Get real, Myra Joyce.
Did you grow up on a farm, Pete C. once?
Absolutely. Ever since I can remember, I have always lived on a farm my entire life. Beef cattle farm. I am not a vegan, damn it. I'm not commenting on the smartness of OSU grads.
This is, so someone said, Mr. Mike, are cows like dogs in temperament? Like, do you have cows that you can call by name and they would come to you?
We did on our farm, yeah. My mom, as she got older, when she was younger, she did everything to get me out of agriculture. My dad, well, he really didn't care. My mom didn't care for the cattle thing that much until we got our own cattle on our own farm. She would make the tags, and each animal, instead of a number, would have the animal's name in it. Each animal had a name, and she would call them, and they would come to her. You know.
Okay. Do they like to be touched or pet?
They love scratched, and one of the things my mom would do when the little calves would come up, she would mix some feed and a sweetener called Golden Flow, and she'd chase the calves around, and eventually the calves would all come to her and eat feed when they were very young. Do you yodel like cowboy auctioneers? Not very well. You ever work with dairy cattle? I did photograph some dairy cattle, but 90% of my work came from beef cattle. I did some hogs and sheep also. Actually did some llamas at one time. Favorite breed of cattle to work with or best quality meat? Oh my. I'd get in a lot of trouble in my present position if I were to answer that question. Favorite way to enjoy meat? I am working on a project right now that will premiere on October 1st. I've been working with a chef and a meat biologist, and the chef cooked me up a ribeye, I guess the 3rd of July. He blackened it with Cajun seasoning and put a big dollop of sour cream on the top, and it was heaven. It was excellent.
Wow.
Yeah. I always eat a New York strip. New York strip or sirloin. There is a New York strip is a lot like a ribeye, except that it has the tail on it. Porterhouse is really good. They're really, really big, and you should have a very good appetite. Ribeye, yeah, absolute. Don't eat their clients. Well, good for you. Growth hormones in beef. Here's the thing. There is more. The way hormones work, they increase estrogenic activity. There's more estrogenic activity in a head of lettuce than there are in 20 head of cattle that have been implanted with hormones. What do you think about Monsanto? As long as they're safe, I don't have a problem. I have a dog. I have an Australian cattle dog named Dally.
Oh, they're great.
And I live with her. She doesn't live with me. And I have a cat named Kitty. All my cats have been named Kitty. And the dog will come and get me up usually at 3 in the morning to let the cat out. They work together.
Oh, that's great.
They have done some renaming on the beef cuts. I know somebody asked me that, and I'm really not up on that right now. Yeah, we grew most of our grain when I was growing up for feed. The place where I grew up, or the farm I grew up in. When cattle are almost finished, that means they're tending toward a correct market weight and are ready to go to the packer. And I am at Purdue University. And I'm glad you're feeding hungry. Go get a hamburger, please. The beef is in the Midwest and then in the South, folks. What's your opinion of that? The no vat grown meat, people say it doesn't have that much of a taste. I think it's a long way off because the hamburger they cooked the other day cost $320,000. Don't think we can stand that. Opinion regarding grass-fed versus corn-fed beef. I've had both. I prefer corn-fed beef. To me, it's more flavorful. Grass-fed beef has a gamier taste. It is leaner. It's trimmer. You have to remember, one thing you have to remember is what gives beef its flavor is the fat. And, too much fat is bad for you, but marbling and fat is, very, very important. Favorite sports teams is the Chicago White Sox for forever, ever. They had a minor league team in my hometown. What about, somebody asked me feedlots. Wonder what about feedlots? Growth hormone beef, yeah, I don't have a problem with using growth implants. Favorite preparation of beef, probably a New York strip steak that's been blackened. Do you get upset? Do you actually have, I'll tell you what, working those years as a livestock photographer, I was probably the most patient person working there that day. It takes a lot to get me upset. Now I have less patience with people than I do with cattle.
What does a cow cost? Like if you were buying a cow, what would a cow cost?
Dick, that's like asking me what a car would cost.
You mean there are so many variables? I
worked with a fellow.
What's a budget? A budget cow. I'm looking for a budget cow.
Right now, you can probably buy a pretty good stock heifer for about $2,300–2,400.
Okay.
But I worked with a fellow. I was a consultant for about 4 years. I went to a auction one time, and we bought 2/3 interest in a female for $65,000.
65,000 for 2/3 interest in one cow.
Yes.
And 65,000. Okay.
Her first calf, we made it all back.
Wow. Amazing.
In vitro grown beef has a future, not for a long, long, long time. No bypasses, folks. 0 so far. Neither has my father or my mom. Let's see.
I will do 2 more questions and then we'll move on to.
Was the cow's name Marilyn Monroe? Not hardly. Somebody asked me about the project I was working on. It's going to premiere and it's actually a website. It's all video. It's going to premiere on the 1st of October, tentatively, and it is going to be knowyourbeef.org. And what we do on that deal, we show you where the beef comes from on the animal. We show you how the retail cut being cut from the primal. We'll show you how to pick a piece of that particular piece of beef, whether it's steak, rump roast, or what, that's going to give you the most pleasurable eating experience. And then I have a chef that basically is going to come and tell you the proper way to safely and the best way to prepare that piece of beef, whether it's a steak, a roast, or whatever. And that's going to, we have a goal date to launch that website the 1st of October. we're about 60% of our videos are done now.
All right, well, when it's done and you're in the chat room, remind us of the URL for that.
Okay, I plug three things real quick.
Sure, do it.
We have a really good big podcast called the Dairy Digest. We've been doing for a year and a half. It's the longest running production dairy podcast in the country. We do one every week. We have a beef portal called the beefcenter.com that everything where you can go in and see everything we're doing with beef cattle at Purdue. And the third one is each morning, 5 days a week, I get up about 4 a.m., search the internet, and find 10 stories that of concern to beef producers. That blog is called thebeefblog.com.
And what time do you go to bed at?
Usually about 11 or 12, but I've been running 4 and 5 hours of sleep for 30 years.
Really? You go to bed like 11 or 12 and you get up at 4 pretty much every day?
5 days a week, yeah.
5 days a week, 4 a.m.
I was up at 4 today because I had to come in and help prepare for the field day.
Unbelievable. Anyway, Phil, I think we have learned a ton about beef. You get you'll get the October issue of Mad Magazine. I don't have it here, but I have it somewhere. And you'll get a 35-year-old Alfred E. Newman photo. So just shoot me a snail mail address, gizwizbiz@gmail with your mailing address. And thank you.
Already, so.
I'm sorry?
The phone in my office is ringing already. So.
Oh, you see that? It's job offers. It's people who want their cows filmed. Anyway, thank you so much for staying late, considering you got up at 4 a.m., and for being our chat room celebrity of the week.
Thank you, Dick.
Okay, thank you, and keep reading the chat room because they are applauding you, and applauding you, as seen on the Giz Fiz. You can now put that in your resume. And there is the final stash cam close-up shot. Yours is longer, mine is fuller. So I'm afraid we can't give an award. It's a dead tie.
By the way, happy anniversary.
Oh, thank you very much. This coming Friday, Dennis and I will have been married for a year. A live tie. Okay, we're going to move on and do da-dum-bum-bum-bum. Oh, okay, do video of the week. Alex?
Yeah, I'll have that in about 30 seconds.
Oh, yeah. Okay, take your time. We're going to do a video of the week, and then we will let's see what time it is. Yeah, we'll do a couple of match game questions. Time flies and having fun. Yeah, that was good. Also, a hell of a lot of cow and cattle puns in there. It was very funny. Very funny. My wife and I just celebrated 27 happy years together. It's our 32nd anniversary. Will we learn to juggle cows? I don't think so. Oh, yeah, that's right. Mr. Mike says we need a carrot baron. And, feel free to email me if you want to be celebrity of the week. Next week, Alex tells us that there's going to be some in-studio guests, so we may have a built-in chat room celebrity of the week next week at the Brick House. It seems like just a year ago, says Rusty Bones. We need a bull guest for next week. Fruit flies like a banana. Fruit flies like a banana. Okay, I get it. Dr. Mom says, first anniversary is paper. Should we send money or newspapers? Maybe news. No, Charlie's been very good. Charlie the pup has been pretty amazing. Maybe had a couple of accidents, but fortunately he does it on, Dennis has a fireplace. And if he has an accident, he does it on the tile of the fireplace, which is a breeze to clean up. So that's good. So we're very happy with Charlie. Fairway's not as happy as we are. She thinks, what is that rat dog doing running all over this house? Okay. So I'll do a question, and Alex, you can let me know when the video is.
When you are.
Oh, okay. So in case you missed World News Now, here are back-to-school gadgets. You probably know some of them, but here's all of them on World News Now.
Long days of summer, but here's something the kids don't want to hear just yet. School's just around the corner. Luckily, however, there are some cool new gadgets to pack in all those backpacks to help take the sting out of heading back to school. Joining us this morning is our GizWiz, Dick DeBartolo. Dick, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
You always got cool things, so let's get right to it.
I do have cool things. For the younger set, we have the Thermos R2D2 lunch sack with built-in lights and sound effects.
You know, you can get beat up for carrying one of those.
No, you do the sound effects and they'll be amazed and they'll leave you alone.
And you'll get props and you'll be really cool, I guess.
Yeah,
It all depends on how old you are. Pretty cool. How much is that going to run you?
About $17.
All right, cool.
Also from Thermos, the stainless king insulated food jar. So this is neat.
So it's a thermos, like you can put soup in it.
Absolutely, absolutely. 16 ounces. But never forget the spoon, because built into the inner cap is a folding stainless steel full-size soup spoon.
That's quite cool.
It's really neat. It's really neat.
Dad's thermos. Excellent. What do we got here?
This is a neat backpack if you're going back to school with a ton of electronics, called Cocoon.
Which is just about every kid these
Which
days.
is every kid.
Yeah.
So at the back, a laptop can go in here up to 15 inches, a place for 2 different pads, iPad or
All
whatever
sectioned, right.
tablet you carry. But this is really neat. At the front
that's great.
is a panel called Grid It. And gridded are these elastic straps, and you put each thing you're carrying behind any strap you want. And then when you open the bag, you know exactly
The video
what's
games,
in it.
whatever it is, Game Boy, I don't know
Everything
what it is.
is not falling to the bottom.
Very great. Yeah,
Cocoon. Now, in the dorm, everybody's going to be fighting over outlets. So this plugs into an outlet.
Right.
Now you have 3 more outlets on this side. You have 3 outlets on that side. You have a 30-pin iOS connector on the top.
This is phenomenal.
Then you have 4 USB charging ports.
That's terrific.
2 of them are for the iPad, which needs more voltage than the iPod or the iPhone. And there's also a built-in night light with a high-low, and it's about $20 on Amazon.
That is phenomenal.
That is neat.
What else? This is desk light?
Yes. This is called the Smart Lamp from Sateki, the Smart Desk Lamp. I'm going to turn this on and show you. So it has many different modes. So there's a reading mode and a study mode and a relaxation mode. There's a timer to shut it off.
Yep.
And within each mode, you can dim
So if you're
and
studying late at
brighten it.
night and the guy across the room sleeping, you can be a little less obnoxious.
Absolutely. And even in the back, there's a single USB charger, and there's an auto shut-off for it also.
That's excellent.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect for a dorm.
Kensington, 99% of all laptops have what's called the Kensington slot, where you can stick a little lock, and Kensington is the king of the laptop locks. And this is their word lock. So it's easy to make up a 4-letter word and remember it.
So you can remember it and you don't
Exactly.
forget it. You don't have to worry about a combination.
Exactly.
Always a
Clean
good
words.
thing.
And the cables folds down to 3 inches, extends to 6 feet, wrap it around something solid, and then lock it
Yeah,
to
it's
your
great,
laptop.
This thing is awesome. You showed it to me before we even did this. I love this thing.
Yeah, this is called Smart Pop. So this is a Bluetooth speaker. As you heard, it sounds pretty decent, especially at about
powerful,
$40. But it has a suction cup on the back, so you can stick it on the back of your phone, have
up at there.
great sound.
Yeah, you got a party right there.
Yes, exactly.
And the sound is good, folks. I heard it earlier. It's excellent.
Also, take it off and run into the dorm shower. Stick it on the wall.
Yeah,
and you use. And our final guy is the little charging cable from Adafruit. It's called electromagnetic electroluminescence. And as your phone charges, you can see the power going in it. When the phone is fully charged, it stops and shuts
nice.
off. Neat.
Looks kind of cool. Always good stuff. All right, you can also catch Dick at twit.tv. GizWiz Dick DeBartolo. Thank you so much for coming in. We sure appreciate it.
All right, there we go with back to school stuff. I'll do a couple of match game questions. Gene said, I got taken with this mail order suit The ad said the $30 suit was lined. Yeah, it was lined. It was lined with blank. Gene said, I got taken with this mail order suit. The ad said it was lined. It was lined. It was lined with newspapers. Oh my God, vomit, feathers. Ah! Canceled postage stamps. Itchy powder. Bees. Chat room, you are weird people. Oh, Mad Magazine covers. Okay. Everybody finish writing? Put it in the slot. All right, Myra's done. I got taken with this mail order suit. The ad said it was lined. Yeah, it was lined. It was lined with, Myra said, newspapers. Matched several of you people. Lined with cocaine, not for $30. Lined with carpet. Oh, lined with stamps? All right. Da-dum-bum-bum. Sam was a super salesman. He could talk anybody into anything. He talked Raquel Welch into becoming a blank. Sam, the super salesman, could talk anybody into doing anything. He talked Raquel Welch into becoming a blank. Oh, Myra's stumped. Mad Magazine. Talked Raquel Welch into becoming a cattle farmer. Okay. A cattle rancher. I like the way everybody feeds back into the pet. Okay. Sam, the super salesman, could talk anybody into doing anything. He talked Raquel Welch into becoming a blank. And Myra said, amen. Several of you said the same thing. Oh, this is very funny. Ham Radio Greg said a small bra model, a cat lady, Kermit the Frog, a Kardashian, a Martian, a flotation device. All right, so we have, all right, we're going to move over to logo. Well, you know, I don't know what made me think of this morning, but I thought I would mention it and see what your family did. So when I was a kid, I had to help clean the house, okay? Saturday especially, we cleaned the house from top to bottom. And my family was visiting someone, and they were talking about the joys of a cleaning lady. And my father told my mother, yes, you know, why don't you get a cleaning lady? So the day before the cleaning lady came, my mother said, we have to clean the house. And I said, Ma, why would we do that? And she said, well, we don't want her to think we look like pigs. So I said, well, this is stupid. She said, well, dust a little. I'll vacuum a little. You dust a little. And we did that all the time. I had anything that looked like big clumps of dust I had to pick up before the cleaning lady came. And here we go. That's a classic story. That's the way women think. We did that too. Oh, that's very funny, Pete. He says, my wife makes the bed in the hotel before the maid comes. That is a riot. That is a riot. RTC, my mom was the same. My wife did the same. Strange says, my mom was the cleaning lady. It's a class. It is amazing. So it's not, my mother was not that weird. Oh, I guess she was weird. It's just that all moms are weird. My sister-in-law still does it. Yeah, I don't know. It is just bizarre. We got Aaron B says, we did the same thing, but we had a live-in nanny, so it was pointless after that. Eric Duckland, we cleaned the house, but for no pay. Oh, that's very funny. Mr. Mike says, my wife cleans the car before we go to the repair shop. I clean my place before relatives come to complain that I don't clean my house enough. Milk the rhino. All right. This is a riot. Okay. Bum, bum. We're going to do some, let the cleaning lady do the heavier chores. That's what I would think. I mean, you're paying them. I don't know if we did this, but I can't remember the answer. The well-known brand of chewy cinnamon-flavored candy. Oh, we did do this. Sorry. Remember this icon? This icon is... You know that icon, Myra? Myra doesn't know that icon. Dr. Mom.
That's red hot.
Actually, the card says it's hot tamales. If it's crap, if it's food crap, you cannot beat. You cannot beat the chat room. Let me see. Is this a picture on the back? No. Okay. Name the carbonated frozen beverage. The carbonated frozen beverage that comes in fruit and soda flavors. No, but some carbonite. No, several of you have it. I never even heard of this. I'll let a few more answers go by. Do you have an answer, Myra?
No, but I think
The carbonated frozen beverage that comes in various fruit and soda flavors. Gazelle flavored Slurpee. No, a lot of you got it. At least according to this card, it is icy. Have you ever seen icy? No, maybe it's regional. Dr. Mom, is icy regional? Like Dr. Mom knows all. Maybe it's an East Coast thing. No, but I'm on the East Coast. Dr. Myra never heard of icy, nor have I. We're waiting for Dr. Mom. Oh, it's the West Coast version of Slurpee. Dr. Mom knows all.
No, we have Slurpees on the West Coast as well.
Do you have icy?
I'm familiar with it, so we must.
Oh, okay. You do have it. Okay.
At least I recognize the name of the logo, but I don't know if I've ever actually had one.
What was the name of the first self-contained refrigerator? The name of the first self-contained refrigerator. I guess this was a refrigerator that didn't have that box on the top. Cervelle, my God, I remember that. And wasn't Cervelle a gas refrigerator? Norman. That's very funny. The name of the first self-contained refrigerator actually was Brenda. Norman was Brenda's brother. No. I call it Bob. Several of you have it. It is Frigidaire. An ice block with a hole in it, Gazelle box. No, we know that. Oh, we did Smith and Barney. Okay. I have to go through these one day before. Oh, the name of the kid in the cereal ad that would eat anything. You know this, right, Myra? The name of the kid. Everybody knows that. It is amazing. That campaign was what? 30 years ago, 25 years ago. It's amazing how no one forgot. Loke says, even I know that. Well, you know, I don't get this at all. What is the color of the original Windex liquid? Is it a different color now? Windex is, everybody knows Windex, right? What color is Windex? Yeah. Rainbow Windex? That would be tricky. Mauve. Yeah. It's Windex colored. Oh, Mike says, I'm a kid of the 70s and I got Mikey stuff all my life. Purple with green dots. Webb, you're the only one who got it. No, it's blue. It used to be an invisible liquid. Sparkle is purple. Finish the shouted Slim Jim slogan. Blank into a Slim Jim. Sounds like a match game question. Finish this shouted Slim Jim slogan. Blank into a Slim Jim. Oh, Windex used to come in powdered form. Belch into a Slim Jim? I don't think so. Gag into it? No. Slide into it? Jump into it? Fall into it? Walk into it? Barf into it? Oh my God. Wiggle. Oh, that's very funny. Wiggle into a Slim Jim, climb into it. Does anybody have it? Inject greasy fat. All right. Oh, okay. There goes some. All right. Okay. Yes, it is indeed. I don't even get that slogan. Snap into a Slim Jim. God almighty. Oh, I remember this. We don't make a lot of products you buy. We make a lot of the products you buy better. Anybody remember that company? You knew it too?
No, I'm trying to remember.
Okay.
Commercials. It's recent.
Boy, you people are amazing. We don't make a lot of the products you buy. We make a lot of the products you buy better. No, not Charmin. It is indeed BASF. They are actually under their own brand. I bought a product under their brand. Oh, there you go. Web 4390. That is correct. I used to buy BASF audio tape. Yes, and VHS tapes. Weird Amy, correct. They're still around. Okay. Are they still doing James T? Are they still making audio tapes and videotapes? Yeah, I think the box is black, right? All right. Oh, everybody knows this. The product associated with, I'll do it this way. What was the name of the product and the name of the plumber who advertised it? Okay? A woman. Her name and the name of the product. Okay, that's half of it. Okay, there goes someone with... No. Oh, okay. Palmolive. Oh, that's, you know what? Raven, that is correct. That you could win for that too. Palmolive and Rosie, but I was going for Josephine, not Liquid Plumber. There you go. Josephine and Comet. Aunt Jemima's Weed Killer? No, I don't think so. No, not Josephine and Liquid Plumber. Josephine and Comet. And that woman's name, anybody know the actress's name? She used to be on Match Game quite often. The most emotional person I ever met. She would cry every Friday, every fifth show. Anybody remember who Josephine the Plumber was? No, not Rosemary, not Ruth Buzzy. Jane, and now I'm forgetting her last name. Not Mary Wicks. Barry Manilow. Oh, you got it. You got it. It is correct. Jane Withers. You know, Match Game, the whole week was done in the day. And on the Friday show, Jane Withers would start bawling. Oh, I had so much fun. Well, you know, Match Game was great for people who, you know, were no longer in the limelight because people knew who they were. It was a fun day, and they got $1,000. And back then, that was really good money. You know, you didn't have to do anything but play the game. There was no studying, so that was a good day's pay for them. As Charles Nelson Riley used to say about Match Game, he said, Dick, there is not a better gig. It's like you go to a party, you have fun, and when you leave, you get $1,000. So that's pretty good. All right, we'll do some fact or crap. All right, we're almost out of time here. We're going to do like just a few fact and crap, and then I'll answer a couple of questions, and then Alice can go have his dinner.
Lunch. Dinner is later.
Oh, lunch. Okay. 3 o'clock. Okay. Oh, you mean you have to go to lunch and then you have to come back and work more?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. Okay.
There's always projects to do.
Projects to do and people to see.
Babies to squeeze and butts to kiss.
Wow, it is a busy day out there. David Letterman's first show was so bad, it was canceled immediately, and they showed music videos instead. David Letterman's first show was so bad, they canceled it immediately and showed music videos instead.
It wasn't that it was bad, it was just in the wrong time slot. They put it in the morning.
Is this serious?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
His first show is in the morning.
Anyway, according to this card, it's crap. Oh, okay. It was a daytime. All right, there's someone else backing up Alex. What kind of music videos? This is just fact or crap. We don't go into the details here. Web 6020 said, and the music videos were bad too. It was on for a long time. The morning show?
Like a year or two, I think.
Oh, okay. That's pretty long.
Or I think a year and then a year off, and then they came back with the late show or late night.
Letterman had a live squirrel, a toupee. Oh, did he wear foreign sauce? David Letterman wore a live squirrel as a toupee, or he had a live squirrel that was wearing a toupee. Time Warner canceled his current show. Crap videos are a fact. Well, you know what? It is funny. That's what killed Match Game. Match Game was on at 4. And we never knew till much later that it was monstrous with kids. And then they moved it to noon, and that just decimated the ratings because kids were still in school. A squirrel with a toupee, TV gold. Oh, here we are. Let's go. Oh, my word. Oh, my word.
It's the David Letterman Show live with Edwin Newman with the NBC News and Frank Owens of the David Letterman Symphony Orchestra. Plus, David's guests, comedian Steve Martin, evangelist Ruth Carter Stapleton, Rich Hall, and Small Town News. And now, a man who thinks yodelers should have their own museum, David Letterman.
Oh, my word. So it's a nighttime talk show that was on in the morning?
Basically, and apparently it was live, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's practically the same show, same style.
Yes. I think that theme killed it.
Yeah.
That laid back. Oh, my word.
Kind of a premonition before I came out here.
Oh, and he did an opening.
Bank examiners in the audience. Welcome to the show. Today is Tuesday, September 30th. September 30th.
Oh.
Pretty well does it for September.
And as you can see, Paul Schaefer had hair.
Yeah.
Before we begin the show, and what a show we have assembled for you.
Oh, okay. So it's
I believe this.
boy. So he's been on a long time. What year do we have a year for
I
this?
believe this show is 1980, and then late night started in 82.
Wow. So 80, 90, 2000. Wow. So his show's going on.
Yeah, well, late night had its 30th anniversary like last year.
Oh, okay. Okay. Alex knows everything about television because who was it, Alex, that worked at this theater where he's in? He's in
currently he's in the Ed Sullivan Theater on CBS. My uncle happens to work for CBS and works in the show occasionally.
Oh, okay. Worked that show occasionally.
Yeah.
Is he still there at CBS?
Actually, he just retired earlier this year, but he's still freelancing for that show specifically, so he goes in from time to time.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, he's probably blacked out in New York now because we still don't have CBS on Time Warner Cable. Okay, I'm going to do like 3 questions, and then we're... Oh, Alex, do we have time to hear our commercial of the day?
Of course we do.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen,
Hi, this is Dick
commercial.
DeBartolo, Mad Magazine's maddest writer, with another Mad Minute. Here's great news from Alfie Newman's own corporation, Alfco. Yes, Alfco has gone into the plastic surgery business. Now you can pick your own forehead, pick your own chin, yes, even pick your own nose. The surgeons at Alfco's Plastique can even give you an entire new look. Listen.
I was a middle-aged woman with everything sagging. At Alfco's Plastique, they changed my looks.
Was it a dramatic change?
Yes, I look so different. I lost my job when my boss wouldn't believe that I was the same secretary he's had for years.
Yes, but you got it.
My landlord thought I was subletting to a younger girl, and I was evicted.
Well, that's too bad. But
I can never go into a bar because I look too young.
But on the bright side...
I got arrested for driving a stolen car because my face doesn't match the picture on my registration, and all because of Alfco's Plastique.
Well, in your case, I guess they did change you a little too much,
Mr. Leonard Brenner.
Yes, they definitely changed you a little too much. Till next time, this is Dick DeBartolo, Mad Magazine's maddest writer, with Sarah Fowler. Bye.
I even forgot that.
Hi,
That's
this
not
is
bad.
Dick DeBartolo.
Oh, that's right. It loops. Okay, very good. All right, let's take a couple of questions, and then it'll be time to end another Giz Wiz. A couple questions. Dum-pa-dum. Anyone? I've met him. Big Jins who? Any Hudson River news? No. That ad is just a Mad Minute. It used to be a silly... You know, I used to try to think of ways to advertise Mad, and Bill was cheap, so didn't want to spend any money. So I came up with the Mad Minute, and basically we just sent them to radio stations for free, And the whole thing was just at the beginning and the end to say another mad minute. And Bill said, all right, as long as it's cheap. I said, we can do 100 mad minutes and mailing, and you pay Sarah and I something in a studio, and it'll cost you like $1,000 a month. And he goes, oh, let's do that then. Oh, the scruffy new dog. Dennis, are you upstairs? Can you run down with Charlie? Dr. Mom has Aereo, so Dr. Mom is not blacked out. My very first pet's name was Wags. And it was, I told the story to Dennis the other day because I suddenly remembered it. My very first dog, Wags, and the very first time I went to work, I thought, God, what's this dog going to do to my house when I'm gone? And I came back, and there was some clothes and stuff on the floor, and the closet door was open. And I said, Wags, you don't go into the closet? You don't? Yeah. Next night I come back, and the same thing happened. And I'm putting the stuff away, and I suddenly realized that Wags was taking out my sneakers and my sweatshirt, the things I put on when I came home from work to take him for a walk. So, you know what, Alex, can we go back to the full camera? Because, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet, Charlie dog. All right, Charlie dog. Oh, Charlie. The very, very hostile Charlie dog. Charlie, if you're going to be in show business, you have to face the camera. Oh, Charlie, yeah. Okay. All right, Charlie, look at Charlie said, I'm biting your finger. All right, folks, this is Charlie. Okay, Charlie. Okay. All right. He's a wild. Can you not take can you get this out? Yeah. Okay. All right. That was Charlie. Yeah, Charlie, he's not shy anymore. All right, so Alex is going to go eat, and that means, and you've seen Charlie. Oh, where? Oh, what theme is that?
That's one of those Westerns.
Yes. Oh, yeah, it was a Western. It was a ride. A little needy. No, Charlie's really great. He is great. So it's time to end. Yes. She takes it very, very hard. All right, Myra. We'll be doing it again next week. The only other thing I record here in the Disneyland studio is Tuesdays GizWiz. And I do a Computer America out of here, too. And ABC is just about 20 blocks from here, so that's easy to do. So, this has been the GizWiz. I'm Mark Goodson, Myra Joyce, Bill in Michigan, Osnet, Big Gins, Eric Duckman, Loke, Tech Junk, Crimson Long Dog, Rusty Bones, Theater Monkey Production. We want to thank the people at Turtle Wax for making this possible. Everybody who appears on the GizWiz, unfortunately, will get a case of Turtle Wax. When waxing your turtle, think Turtle Wax. Thanks, Alex. Thanks, chat room. Bye.
Radio Network. You're tuned to Premier Channel 7. Leo Laporte,
You
the
gotta
tech
tell 'em.
guy,
The
will
door's
begin at
propped
6
wide
minutes
open.
past the hour.
Nobody's in the
From
front
Premier
desk.
Radio Network.
I stood there for about a minute, nothing. Pixelcor's apparently propped it open. They cannot do that without somebody watching it. People could wander in, go down in the basement, completely unguarded. Propped open. You know what? We're going to kick them out if they don't have more respect for our property. Because that's unbelievable.
You're tuned to Premier
just,
Channel 7.
Different people
Leo
wander
Laporte,
in
the tech guy,
and
will
work for
begin
them.
at 6 minutes past the hour. From Premier Radio Network.
I'll talk to Alex, too. It's just unacceptable. Oh, Ozzy's here, all right. Unless he ran back out the door. He's here? All right. Papillon, yeah. Let me silence my phone. Should be easier. Really should be. Hey, how are you today? Leo Laporte here, the tech guy. Time to talk computers, the internet, MP3 players, home theater, GPS, CDMA. Seems like we were just here the other day, Heather.
It does.
So
What
did
a
you
quick
see?
Week that was.
Did you see the movie? I'm gonna call it Was Jobs? Yeah, no. I don't know why. Went to see it with a bunch of people from Twit on opening night, Thursday night, 9 p.m. First show. There were 7 people in the whole theater, and we were 5 of them.
Oh. Well, you looked happy, or was the picture before you went to the movie that I saw?
That was
on
before
Facebook?
we went in.
Okay.
So look, okay, let me tell you what Steve Wozniak said. He was there. In fact, he's in the movie. He's a big part of the movie. In fact, there's a scene I doubt ever happened, in which he tearfully, it's towards the end of the movie, says goodbye to Apple because it's not the same Apple it used to be. And he goes in, and Steve Jobs is busy. He says, "Get out of here." I saw Jobs tonight, said Woz. I thought the acting throughout was good. Not so. You know, I got to tell you one thing about Woz. He's very nice. He's a sweet guy. He doesn't, he's not going to say anything mean. I remember reading that Ashton Kutcher, who plays Steve Jobs in the movie, learned how to walk like Steve Jobs.
Oh, no.
That's not how Steve Jobs walked. I don't know what he was doing. It looked comedic. I think he was going for the My Left Foot Academy Award nomination kind of thing. It was Jobs as if he had a hard time walking. Jobs loved walking. Jobs walked more than any human alive. I suspect a lot of what was wrong with the film, says Woz,